Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol iBio. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, if you're new to charts and not sure what I mean by 30-minute, I do offer an explanation video at that link. So if you go there, I'll explain in detail. Not to state the obvious or rub salt in the wounds or anything like that, but quite the crazy mover today. Not only from the price action point of view, but you look down here at the volume and a whole lot of volume on the day. So let's map out some levels of support and resistance going forward. The key dynamic here that was, I don't want to say the nail in the coffin, but that really changed up the landscape of the chart was when the price broke down below that 23-cent mark. Because when you stop and think about it, all afternoon long, don't get me wrong, it was still a rough day, but at that point when the chart looked like this, at least the price had bounced, and then even after the bounce, it pulled back, but it was doing a good job of consolidating and working on a much higher low compared to where it was. So again, the low was right there, and the previous low was all the way down there. So at least at that point, you could be making the argument, well, hey, at least the price is building some nice stair steps back in the upwards direction. However, that's not where the day ended, and ultimately the price, blasted down through that area of support on the higher volume and then closed right down around there. So again, does that mean everything's totally destroyed? It doesn't, but it just changes up the landscape of things so much more. And that also brings about the first key level of resistance to watch, and that is just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So 23 cents, now if there is going to be any sort of attempted bounce back to the upside, instead of that being, that good foundational area of support, it's actually now the first key roadblock that stands there. That's going to try to prevent any sort of bounce at 23. If the price can get up there, though, and then eventually get above 23, next key level of resistance after that at 27 cents. As far as levels of support are concerned, nothing fancy, nothing complicated here at all, other than the fact of the bleeding stop today during that first 30 minutes right there at 20 cents. But other than that, like I said, nothing fancy or complicated. That's just simply where the bleeding stopped and where enough buyers showed up. And not only showed up, but actually showed up enough to create a nice bounce to the upside. But keep a very close eye on 20 cents, because if the price breaks down below there, well, then that's just literally a new low, and that's not any sort of sign of strength at all. But we'll see what happens with it going into next week. But this is a price range where some worthwhile bounces and worthwhile price movements can occur. So we'll see if the bulls have anything up their sleeve or not. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.